Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the first part of our 3 webinar series over the course of the next 6 weeks, where we will be talking about how to win with Lifewave and our compensation plan. My name is Emily Hollingshead, and I'm the Director of Sales here at Lifewave. And I am really looking forward to sharing some specifics with you about how you can get paid for sharing the amazing technology that is Lifewave. But for those of you that are looking for translation services, simultaneous interpretation, please select the globe at the bottom of the screen and select from one of the languages that are offered today. So we look forward to sharing with you some specifics about how our plan works, why it's just an awesome plan. It's so simple, it's easy, and it's definitely something that anyone can be successful with when they really focus and they commit to specific actions that will help them to grow their team and to share Lifewave with many others. So with that, let's get going. Let's start talking about how you can win with Lifewave. And we'll really just dive into some of the details. So hang on, get ready to take some notes because we have a lot of great specific information that we're going to share today. So why Lifewave? Why is Lifewave a great opportunity? Well, we already know that Lifewave has incredible products. We have products that no one else has that are really truly changing people's lives in a way that nothing else can. And so that's just an amazing part of what we have to offer for Lifewave. But when it comes to the compensation plan, when it comes to how you can earn money for doing just that, for sharing the great products with others, we really have something special here too. Our plan is very simple, it's very focused, and it's definitely rewarding. There's a lot of plans out there that are really complicated or hard to understand, and really it's a challenge to be able to understand the specifics of the plan that is put before you. So really, truly, it makes sense to really dig into what this plan is and how you can be rewarded for your efforts. So within our plan, I said, again, it's simple. There are 4 ways that you can earn. That's pretty simple. You can earn through 4 ways: through retail profits, through product introduction bonuses, or as we like to call them, PIBs, binary commissions, as well as matching bonuses. And we'll talk about all those specifics and what those mean. But again, it's simple. There's only a few ways that you can earn, and each way is pretty lucrative. Now, it's also a focused plan. So within many other types of companies, you are required to build lots of teams, 5 or more teams to be able to earn income and to be able to be eligible for commissions. Within our plan, simply required to build 2 teams. We like to call those your power team or your power leg and your profit leg or team. And so we'll talk a little bit more about what that means. But again, your focus, your work will be on just 2 teams. So that's a focused energy on the activities that you're doing every day. And like we said, our plan is rewarding. So within a binary plan, you are paid to unlimited depth. Many other plans, they only pay certain levels. So only certain people within your team can you earn commissions for the work that you're doing with them. Now, within a binary plan, you can be paid up to unlimited depth. It's a big, big deal, and it's pretty exciting. Now, we also have this concept of carryover volume, which means Lifewave protects any of the volume associated with orders coming through your teams each and every week. And that volume will be protected for a full year. So it's really exciting because this allows you to continue to build and work within your teams and be rewarded for those efforts. It's really exciting, especially when you're getting going. You may have a lot of things that are happening within your team, but you may not have cycle situation, which we'll talk about in a second, the cycle ratio in place for you to be able to maximize some of those earnings. You can see in this example here, within a power team and a profit team, you have some volume from orders, customers and distributor orders within both of those teams. Some of it's eligible for cycling and to be able to earn commissions, and we'll talk a lot more about how that actually works. And some of it carries over to the next week. So carryover volume is an important part of our plan. Now, before we really dig into all the specifics of how you earn through those 4 ways, like I talked about, there are a few terms that I'm going to be using as we talk through. So I just wanted to briefly cover these. It's okay if you don't remember everything because there's a lot of things to know. But again, our plan is really simple. It's a powerful plan. It's something that really allows you to leverage what you're doing and work with others to do the same. And you can be rewarded right away in the mid-level and then for the long term. And that's the exciting part. So let's talk through what some of these terms are. We'll refer to PV or personal volume. And that's product that you purchase at wholesale to use for your own use. And then also that you sell to your customers, both retail and preferred customers. We also have what we refer to as BV or business volume. And that is points or volume from orders that are sold within your teams, okay? So it's the same thing as PV, except it's not associated with you and your customers. It's all the people in your team that you're working with. We also have the concept of carryover volume. We just talked about that real briefly. So it's any uncycled volume or BV that's stored in either of your teams, in your power team or your profit team, and it's carried over from week to week and protected for a whole year. We also have mature volume. So when we have uncycled BV or volume that's stored in either of your teams from week to week, like I said, it does carry over, right? But within a year, that volume will either need to be cycled or it will be consumed. And that happens on a rolling basis, okay? We also have a power leg, like we were talking about, and a profit leg. And those are the 2 teams that you focus on when you're building your business, right? So you will have both of these teams or these legs that you're working with. And we have these terms to help us understand which team has the most volume, which team has the most orders that are coming through, which team is the largest. And the interesting thing is your teams, they can swap. So they won't always be a power leg being the team that has the most volume coming through each week, or the profit leg, which is the leg that has the smaller amount of volume that's coming through your team each week. Those can switch, right? But when you're looking towards how much commissions am I earning for the efforts within my group each week, you'll want to understand that there's a cycling ratio in place, which we'll talk about in just a second. And you'll need to understand the difference between a power and a profit leg to understand how that cycling ratio works. So just remember, your power leg is the one with the most orders coming through, and your profit is the one with the smaller amount coming through. And do remember, it can change from week to week. Now, cycle ratio, that's what I was just talking about. So anytime you have the needed BV or volume in both of your teams, you can cycle or earn up to $50 for a cycle, right? And we call that the cycle ratio because you have to have a ratio of 660 business volume on your power leg, that's the big leg, and 330 BV or business volume on your profit leg. Again, as a reminder, that's the smaller leg. Now, please don't get overwhelmed. I know these are all new terms, and this is sometimes a little bit hard to grasp, but we'll have a few examples in the future in this presentation to help you understand a little bit more about how that cycle ratio works and the magic and the power and earning potential within that. Now, another thing to be aware of is the term cyclable volume, okay? So as we talked about the cycle ratio, meaning you have that 660 to the 330, that when you have that cycle ratio, that volume associated becomes cyclable or cyclable volume, okay? So each week, what will happen is you'll look and see how many cycles or how many cycle ratios do I have in place? Anything that meets that criteria is considered cyclable volume. Now, active status, that's an important thing to understand because for you to be eligible to earn commissions, you need to remain active. Now, one thing to consider, we'll talk again in a second about all the ways that you can earn money. And some of those bonuses are available to you regardless of your active status. But when it comes to cycle bonus and matching bonus, binary commissions, in other words, you need to remain active to be eligible to receive those commissions. Now, to be considered active, you must have at least 55 PV within your account each month. Now, as we talked about, PV is personal volume, and personal volume is coming from your purchases and from your personally enrolled or personally brought in customers, okay? So you just need to have orders enough between yourself and your customers to be at that 55 PV. And if you do that, then you're eligible to earn commissions. Now, monthly subscription orders. We encourage everyone to ensure that they always stay active by signing up for a monthly subscription order. What will happen is this takes all the hassle out of having to order every month, and it allows you to be able to consistently receive product that we know you already love, and it makes sure that you're staying at a space where you can earn binary commissions as well as matching bonus. Really important. We also have maintenance packs that help you to stay active as well. We're not going to talk about that right now, but just ensure that you stay active. There's some tools that can help you to do that so you can be rewarded for all of the hard work and for all of the sharing that you do. Now, there's a couple things that we need to talk about here, and it comes to enrollment kits and it comes to titles associated. So when you were joining the business, you purchased an enrollment kit. And as you enroll others, you encourage them to also purchase an enrollment kit. And within each of these enrollment kits, there are different products that are available to you for discounted prices. It helps you to take advantage of the multi-unit pricing, and it has some great benefits to you. Now, when you purchase those enrollment kits, that brings to you an enrollment title, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But as you can see, there are varying levels and varying product that's available. All of our enrollment kits are dynamic, so you get to choose what you want within the structure of what the kit contains. So we have bronze, we have silver, we have gold, platinum, and diamond. And the title associated with those kits then becomes what is referred to as your enrollment title. Okay, and we'll talk about what that means and why it's important to make that distinction in a few minutes. Now, additionally, we have paid as ranks. So as you can see from the visual here on the screen, we have our enrollment titles, which are what we just talked about based on what kit you purchased when you joined the company. And then we have ranks within our company, and ranks refer to the team that you've built and the amount of volume or orders that are going through your teams each and every month. Now, the exciting thing about our plan is that based on your efforts, you open up and unlock earning potential within yourself. So for instance, as you can see on the screen, if you become a senior presidential director, you have the ability to earn up to $25,000 a week. I don't know about you, but I think that sounds pretty exciting. Now, you can also see that there are milestones along the way because, most of us, we can't snap our fingers like that and reach the top of our career plan within a second. We have milestones along the way. We have work to do. And as we share with others, bring others into the business with us, and we develop our teams and support our teams, our potential to earn increases. So as you can see with each rank, there is a maximum amount that you can earn each and every week based on the volume that you have. Now, again, we need to make sure we're meeting the cycle ratio, and that will help us to actually earn these commissions. But these limits are set very high so that you have the ability to really stabilize and secure your position in the company and your team and work with them. And then once you get close to maxing out that, you have an opportunity to continue to advance within your career path, within your rank, and earn even more money. So it's pretty exciting. You can see from the visuals here, what are the things that you need to do to qualify at each of these ranks. Now, I think this might be an appropriate time for me to mention that within our compensation plan, we have a lot of documentation that talks about some of the specifics. This chart, a lot of the visuals that we're going to talk about today, and specifics on each bonus are available to you through the resource section of our back office. I would encourage you to take a look at those documents. If you have any questions about some of these specific bonuses, what are some of the requirements for you to be able to achieve these ranks, or if you just want to reference this information later. We also have our information available through lifewavesuccesslibrary.com. You can access those documents without going to your back office. So we encourage you to take a look at those when you have some time and dive into those details if you have any additional questions. Okay, so we already talked about it. Why Lifewave? Why our pay plan? Again, it's simple. It is focused. And it is very, very rewarding. And so now I want to talk really about the rewarding side of things. We talked about the basics. We talked through some concerns, or not some concerns. We talked through some terms, is the word I meant to say. And now we can really dive into how do you earn some money with us as you share and build your team. Okay, so it is simple. There are 4 ways to earn, right? Like we said before, retail profits, product introduction bonuses, binary commissions or cycle bonus, matching bonus. Now, I will also mention that we do a lot of fun things here as well. We have incentives and trips and other things that can just amplify what you can do here as far as compensation, ways to win, ways to earn. But these are the core of how you can earn with Lifewave. Now, let's start out by talking about the retail profits and commissions. So anytime you share with a new customer, and anytime that customer has a purchase, you earn in 2 ways. So you earn a retail commission, both for your preferred customers, as well as your retail customers, each and every time they purchase a product. Additionally, the volume associated with that purchase, which we talked about before, it goes into your account as PV. Now, remember, we talked about how important it is for you to remain active so you can earn binary commissions as well as matching bonus. Now, this is a way that helps you to be active as you have your customers purchasing. Their purchases count towards your PV requirement. So those are 2 ways that you can immediately earn. Now, one thing that you want to be aware of is at the end of the month, let's say you have lots and lots and lots of customers and they just love the product and they're purchasing every month. At the end of the month, any PV that's above what's needed for you to cycle and earn bonuses and to be active, that will become available for you as cyclable volume, or as volume that can be used for that cycle ratio. We'll talk about that later. We'll dig into that a little bit more, but really just know that that volume can be used for you to cycle later as well, in addition to those immediate retail commissions that are paid out every single week. Now, I just have a couple charts here for reference. As I mentioned, we do have some more in-depth information in the back office in our resource section where you can reference these charts as well. But you can see for each product, we have a BV amount that then translates to PV for you, as well as a retail commission associated with each and every purchase. So these are the numbers that are specific to retail customers when they purchase. And then this chart right here is specific to preferred customers. You will note that the prices are a little bit different, and the BV or PV, when it comes to how things flow into your account, are a little bit different between preferred customers and retail customers. And the reason for that is as a preferred customer, your customers will be on a subscription order. And because of that, they get the benefit of having preferred customer wholesale price as well. So there are definitely some benefits for your customers purchasing consistently each month. They get the great price that you also enjoy. And you still get the benefit with those retail commissions and associated volume that can keep you active. Now, for those that you're working with as your upline or your team members or people that are mentoring you and helping you, they also get the benefit of these purchases, because any of your customer purchases, the associated volume does flow up to them as BV. So everyone wins, and we are happy when people are purchasing our products and enjoying our products, and everyone gets rewarded in different ways, but it's definitely something that's great for everyone. Okay, and this is just one example. Every time a preferred customer purchases an X39, you, as their sponsor or their enroller or their distributor, you get a $20 commission, and that associated BV will flow up the tree, and you'll get credit in the form of PV. Okay, so that's retail commissions. Now let's talk about the product introduction bonuses, or like I like to refer to them as the PIBs. Okay. These are a lot of fun, actually. So PIBs are the bonus that you earn when you enroll or upgrade other distributors in your team. We appreciate you sharing the opportunity with others. We want to reward you for that. So whenever you bring someone in with an enrollment kit or they upgrade, you get a bonus. As you can see from the chart here, based on the kit those individuals purchase or upgrade to, there are different associated PIB bonuses that are paid out to you on a weekly basis. Now, I would recommend taking a look at the compensation plan documents that are specific to PIBs, because upgrades are a little bit different because you have to consider what was the original kit that someone enrolled with. So the PIBs, they shake out a little bit differently when someone's upgrading. But for the purposes of a new enrollment, these are the bonuses associated. Now you'll see when it comes to Diamond and Platinum, they are a little bit different, and we have an extra special incentive associated with those type of enrollments. Now, I don't want to dig into it too much because I know it can be a little bit hard to grasp, but just think of it this way. There's a lot of potential for great fast cash when it comes to product introduction bonuses, and Diamond and Platinum certainly don't disappoint when it comes to that. When you have a diamond that's being enrolled through your team, and if you are a diamond as well, and it's within those first 14 weeks since you either upgraded or enrolled as a diamond, you get access to that full $500 or the full $300 if it's a platinum situation, but you have to be a diamond. Now, there are other people within your group, those that you're working with that are in the team above you, they also have access to some of that income if you're past that first 14 weeks or you haven't yet become a senior director. So again, take a look at those documents because there's nice charts that help you understand exactly how this particular piece of PIBs work. But the thing to take away is that when you invite people to be a part of this business with you, you get rewarded for that. You do. So it's an exciting thing. It's an exciting way to earn fast cash as you start to share. And these bonuses can really add up pretty quickly. Okay, so let's talk about our binary or cycle commissions. This is the magic, I think. And this is what makes binaries really, really special. Okay, so binary cycle commissions. When you're building in a binary model, like I said before, you're only required to build two teams. So your power team and your profit team. They're both really important, and you can only have those two positions right below you within your team. And then you work to develop each side of your team as you strengthen your binary situation and your overall group. Now, as we talked about a little bit before, we have a power leg and we have a profit leg, and those can switch, right? We talked about that already. They don't always stay the power leg or always the profit leg forever. They switch, they really do. And it's really common for one team to grow faster than the other. So like we said, the team that has the most volume in it is called your power leg, and the team that has less volume in it is called your profit leg. And like I said, they do switch. So at the end of the week, you'll look at the total volume or the total BV that's within each of your teams, and that will help you to know which is considered your power and which is considered your profit. And the amount of cycles per week that you are eligible for, and we'll talk again about cycling in just a few minutes, is dependent on your distributor paid as rank. Like we talked about, the more you build your team, the more you grow, the more potential you have for earning. And so it's important to understand what you're working towards and how much potential you have within each rank, because those amounts are really set at a generous level so that you have space to really strengthen and build those teams. Now let's talk a little bit about it. So when you enroll new members, you place them either on your power leg or your profit leg, and this is done through your back office. If the positions immediately below them are taken, they're just simply placed in the first position under that individual within the power or the profit leg. So your commissions really are based on everyone's purchases under your position, no matter who enrolls them or how far below they are within your team. It's unlimited depth. Again, that's the power and the excitement of what a binary has. So when sales are generated from any position in your team, that volume flows up to you, and each position in that line. And again, when you have that cycle ratio in place, it generates commissions. So not all of the volume in your team is generated necessarily by people that you've personally brought into the business, because someone that's working with you, they may bring someone in and it happens to be within your team. You get credit for that, and the people above that get credit for that. That's awesome. That's why it's so great, because it's working together as teams to build something special, and everyone gets rewarded along the way. Okay, so let's talk about how can you earn these cycles that we keep talking about. How do I earn these cycle bonuses, these binary commissions? How do I earn this? So in order to earn those commissions, and a cycle, as we've talked about, is up to $50, okay? You need to meet 3 requirements. You must be active at 55 PV a month between yours as well as your customer purchases. You need to have 1 personally sponsored bronze or above member on each of your teams, okay? So 1 on your power leg and 1 on your profit leg. And you also must have the correct cycle ratio in place. Now, I know we talked a little bit about cycle ratio earlier, but I wanted to just give a little reminder. So cycle ratio means that you have 660 BV on your power leg and you have 330 BV on your profit leg. Each time that occurs, that can generate 1 cycle, and 1 cycle can be up to $50, which awesome. So there again, I'm sure you can see how this works and how this just explodes and how this really can truly be so lucrative to those that are really working within their teams. Now you can see from this little example here, how does the volume actually look? So you'll see on your power leg, you're going to have a little bit more volume. On your profit leg, you'll have a little bit smaller. Once it meets this ratio, again, it can generate a $50 commission. Okay, now here's another example. This person has enough to earn 2 cycles. So let's say this is me. In my power leg, or my leg that has the most volume, I have 1500 BV. In my profit leg, I have 900 BV. Now, if I look at it, I don't have a full perfect cycle to get a third, but I definitely have the cycle ratio in place for two cycles. That volume would be considered cyclable volume. We talked about that earlier. So if it meets the ratio, it's considered cyclable. If it doesn't meet the ratio, then it's considered carryover volume. And if my carryover volume is not older than a year, it's going to go to the next week for me. And that's going to help me earn more cycles. I love it. So again, in this example here, I have enough volume that I'll earn $100. And as an enrollment title, that's what I get. How exciting is that? $100, I can definitely take that. Now, we talked a little bit about this. You'll remember I showed you this visual earlier, but you get rewarded for your performance and the work that you do within those teams that you're building, your power and your profit teams. Now, I wanted to just make a note and a reminder that based on your title, you have these maximum amounts that you can earn each week, up to $25,000 a week. Holy cow, very exciting. But it's important to note that once you become a manager, your qualifications do change just a little bit. Now, you may recall we talked about how in order to be eligible to earn binary commissions, you had to be 55 PV active. And that's absolutely true. If you haven't yet reached a rank of a manager, you simply need to be 55 PV active, and you need to have 1 active personally sponsored. And personally sponsored means you personally brought them into the business and you've enrolled them on your team on each leg. So you need to have 1 of those members on each leg. Now, once you want to unlock that $1,500 a week potential as a paid as manager, there's a couple things that you need to do. You'll need to make sure that your enrollment title is at least a gold. So you need to either upgrade or have enrolled as a gold. I just recommend when you're sharing the opportunity with others, encourage them to enroll as a gold. That just gives them the opportunity to start maximizing their compensation ability right from the get-go. So I encourage you to do that. You also have to be 110 PV active. Okay, so that's an important thing to consider as you work within all of these ranks, as you continue to develop your team, as you continue to grow. There are some additional baseline requirements. Now, there are some structural things in place, and that simply means the people that you're working with in your power or your profit leg, they need to start doing some of the same things that you're doing, right? They need to start building their team too, and you'll help them. And you'll be rewarded for that by unlocking additional potential for yourself as well as those that you're working with. Okay, hopefully cycling bonus makes sense now. Again, just remember, have that ratio, that cycle ratio in place, and any of the volume that you have that is cyclable, it will process each week, right? So any volume that is available to cycle will be paid out, or it will process and be consumed for the next week. Any volume that doesn't meet that ratio, that'll be considered carryover volume, and it will go to the next week. Okay, now matching bonus. I mean, I think I've said this about everything, but I really, really like this one too. Again, our plan is simple: 4 ways to earn, 4 ways to win. And matching bonus is really magic. Matching bonus is pretty exciting. And what matching bonus is it really rewards you, not only for working with your team, but specifically for helping the people that you brought into the business, help those that they brought into the business, to help those that they've brought into the business. And when you do that, you get rewarded not only with your own binary commissions, but you also get rewarded an additional bonus for binary commissions that those on your team are earning as well. Wow, that is very exciting. So take a look at how this works. Now, within your personally sponsored enroller tree. Now, what's an enroller tree? Aren't we a binary? How does this work? What are we talking about here, right? So we're a binary, right? Which means we have our 2 teams. And anybody that's within those 2 teams, the orders that are placed with them and their customers, they help me to cycle and have cyclable volume that I can earn commissions for, right? Now with matching bonus, it's a little bit different. All the people that you're eligible to earn matching bonus with, they're definitely in your binary. But we have the enroller tree. And the enroller tree is kind of part of your binary tree, but really what it's tracking is who helped someone come into this business. So people that you've personally brought into this business, and then that would be considered your first level. And anyone that someone on your first level is brought into the business, they're also in your enroller tree, but as your second level. And anyone that your second level brings into the business, that's your third level. Now, anyone that meets that criteria for you, you have the potential to earn matching bonus as you help them to increase their cycle bonus. Isn't that exciting? I love it. Honestly, I love this part. This is where some real money can be earned. I mean, we already talked about what the potential is within the cycling bonus, binary commissions. I mean, let's be honest, there's a lot of potential there. But the cool thing about matching bonus is it's unlimited. It is absolutely unlimited. There's no maximums to the amount you can earn when it comes to matching bonus. If you meet the qualifications, you will earn these bonuses, and that is pretty exciting. So as you can see here, when you help your personally sponsored members and their personally sponsored members and their personally sponsored members to grow their teams, they earn binary cycle commissions, just like you. And then you, in turn, can earn additional matching on those commissions that those in your team have earned, right? So this is an addition. It's not part of what they've earned. You earn it on top of what they earned. And anywhere from 20 to 25% of their binary commissions is what you earn. Pretty exciting, pretty exciting. So as you can see from the visual here, there are some requirements in place for you to be eligible to earn these commissions, these matching bonuses. First level, that's 25%. Those are people you've personally brought into the business. You need to be 110 PV active, and you need to be a manager, a paid as manager or above. Okay, now in a second, we're going to talk about what are our first steps to help us maximize this plan. We'll talk about why manager is so important, but I'm sure you're already gathering why it is. First, it unlocks your earning potential to $1,500 a week. Awesome. And then secondarily, here with the matching bonus, you have the potential to earn level 1 matching bonus, 25% of what those that you're working with are earning on top of what they're earning. Pretty cool. Okay, so then as you can see for your second level, you can earn 20% on those binary checks as an additional commission. Pretty cool. Again, you need to be 110 PV active, be a paid as manager and above, and you will also have a volume requirement, meaning that you have cycled, so it meets that cycling ratio. It's considered cyclable volume, 6 cycles in paid commissions weekly. Now, for the third level, you have the opportunity to earn 20% of the amount of those checks in addition to what they're earning as well. You need to, again, I sound like a broken record, I think, but 110 PV active. You need to have 3 active personally sponsored silvers and above on each of your teams, power and profit. You need to have 1 personally sponsored distributor that's earning level 2 matching bonus on both your teams as well. And there is a volume requirement too. So you'll need to have at least 10 cycles in paid commissions weekly. So there's definitely some requirements in place to earn this, but really that first level, being able to earn 25% on the bonuses of the people that you've earned or that have earned commissions, that you've helped earn commissions, that's something that you can really start to work towards and achieve in a quick time frame. If you're really focused and you have those specific behaviors that you're focused on every day that will help you to achieve. Okay, so here's an example of how matching bonus works. And you may be familiar with this example. Now, let's say this is me and I have my team and I enrolled Tom and Tom enrolled Sue and Sue enrolled Jose, okay? So within the work that we're doing within our team, each of us are earning binary commissions each week. Tom earned $400. Yeah, Tom, way to go. Sue earned $1,000. Yeah, Sue, she's crushing it. And Jose, he earned $600 in commissions. I don't know about you, but I'd be happy with any of those amounts. Now, the cool thing for me in this situation, I'm qualified and meeting all of the requirements to earn all levels of matching bonus. Okay. So I've met all the requirements to earn, but even if I haven't, still look at these numbers. So for Tom, I earned 25% of his check, which is $100. That's extra. He still earns his $400. I still earn the binary commissions that I earned. And then I get an extra $100 on top of that. Not to even talk about any PIBs I earned or any retail commissions that I earned. Now, Sue, who was brought in by Tom, she earned $1,000. Yeah, go Sue. I would earn $200 from that activity, from her check. Now I know that I would be working with Sue as well, right? We're working together with Tom. We're all working together to build our team. But another $200 on top of everything. And Sue, she still gets that full $1,000. Now Jose, he's the last one in my levels that I'm eligible to earn for. He earned $600. I would be eligible to earn 20%, which is $120. Pretty exciting. So, that's an extra $420 on top of everything that I've already earned, plus everyone in my team gets all the commissions they already earned. And the cool thing is, Tom has the potential of earning level 1 on the commissions that Sue is earning, and Sue gets to earn commissions as a level 1 matching for Jose. And Tom would have earned level 2 for Jose. So again, it's magic. We're all working together. We're all synergistically working to build, and we're all being rewarded together, which is pretty exciting. Okay, so that's a lot of information. That's a lot to know. Where do you start? That's always what I want to know. Okay, you need to set a goal. You need to have something to focus on, because if you just say, I want to earn $25,000 a week, I want to be a senior presidential director, which by the way is a great goal. I do think you should set your sights on that, but let's take a first step. Let's get going first. The first thing you should do is set a vision for yourself, set a goal for yourself. And that first goal should be manager. As I mentioned before, manager unlocks the potential for $1,500 a week. And as we just talked about, it also opens up the ability for you to earn 25% on the binary checks of all those that you share this opportunity with and work with each and every day. So this is definitely the sweet spot and the best place to get started. So as we talked about a minute ago, there are a few requirements that you have to be considered a manager. And you need to make sure these are all in place for every single week so that you can maximize and earn that up to $1,500 a week. So your enrollment title needs to be at least a gold or above. You need to have 110 PV active each month. So again, your own purchases or your customer purchases each and every month. You also have to have 2 personally sponsored active silver enrollment titles or above distributors on each leg or within each team. Now you'll see this visual here on the screen. This is taken directly from our back office. Now, anytime you go into the back office, you'll see this visual that will help you understand how close you are to achieving a rank within the week. Now you'll notice this little section down here below that says view promotion or promotion details. If you click on that, it'll give you a listing of all the specifics of how to qualify. So it'll have some of these things we just talked about here. And it'll have little check marks when you've achieved those. And if you haven't achieved something, you'll see a little X and it'll tell you what else you need to do. So utilize that tool as a space to know what you need to do next so you can reach manager each and every week. Okay, now this is a really great visual that was shared with me by one of our senior presidential directors, Onyx Cole. Because a lot of people say, great, I only have to build 2 teams. Awesome, I'm so excited. But where do I start? Okay, we talked about you're working towards manager. Okay, I'm working towards manager. Okay, I have some people that want to join me. What do I do? Where do I go? Where do these people need to be in my team? So this is an example of a way that you could start to build out your team. And as I said, this was shared with me by Onyx Cole, one of our senior presidential directors, as a strategy that might be good for you. Now, everyone has a different way of doing things, and I certainly encourage you to work with whoever brought you into this business and talk to them about what makes sense for you and the way you want to build your team and the way that they build their team. This is simply a recommendation to get you started if it's something that you're interested in. Now, as you can see, you would share a line with your sponsor. You will share a line with the person that brought you into the business. And then your other team will not be shared by your sponsor or the person that brought you in the business. Now, you may recall we talked about cycle ratio, power leg, profit leg, and all of these terms. Now, as you can see, if I have someone that I'm sharing a leg with, my sponsor, they're going to be bringing people in on one of their legs, just like you'll be doing. So it's going to help me build that volume a little bit higher so I have more volume available to cycle. That'll probably be your power leg, but you never know, right? So it's important that you build it balanced because, you may have someone that's helping you a lot and things are going really great within your team and your sponsor is bringing people in and you're working together, but you may not. So it's important that you build both legs because you want to have that cycle ratio in place so you can earn those $50, $50, $50 over and over and over again and max out your potential within manager and continue on. So as you can see from this example, it's recommended that the first person that you bring in, your first active silver, goes on the leg that you share with your sponsor. Your second and third, you would want to place on the leg that you don't share with your sponsor. And then your fourth person that you share and bring in to get you to that manager level would be on the leg that you share with your sponsor. Now, again, I recommend you talk to the person that brought you in. They may have something different that makes sense for you guys, but this is a great place to start as you get going and as you work towards becoming a manager. Now, as I wrap everything up here, because we're almost out of time, I just want to encourage you that as you work towards this first goal, there are some definite steps that will help you to be successful. And I would like to just cover those real briefly. There are 5 steps that I think really can help you to achieve a goal. And if your goal is manager, these will be some steps. Now, those of you that have heard me before and we've talked before, I will probably bring these up because I really believe that these steps will help you to achieve any goal, to be honest. But as you work towards that first rank or any rank or whatever your goal is, these can help you. Now, the first step is to plug into your resources. Now, I mentioned on the last slide, talk to the person that shared this opportunity with you. That's plugging into your resources. They'll talk to you about what makes sense for you and your goals and how you work together. Plug into these kind of calls where we do trainings, our Lifewave Connects. Join our Facebook group where we talk through so many great things and have lots of fun things that are happening. We post announcements, information, promotions, and do training. And join the groups that your team has in place. And if you don't have a team in place, and your person that's brought you into the business doesn't, that's okay. You can make your own. But there's lots of resources that you can plug into that will help you, where you can get help, answers to questions, and more information about how you can be successful in this endeavor. Number 2, identify your why. That's so important. If you don't know why you're doing this, if you don't know why am I working towards manager, what do I hope to achieve? What would an extra $1,500 a month, if I'm maxing out and really filling up my potential as a manager, what would that mean for me to have that each and every week? What does that mean? Why do I want to do this? Why do I want to use my time, my talents, and my resources to achieve this goal? You need to understand that, and you need to put it in a place where you can see it all the time, that you've really internalized that, because it's an important piece to understand exactly what you're doing and why when you have times where things might be a little bit hard. Because this is work, right? We are building a business together, and a business doesn't always come easy. It can be a lot of fun, and it should be a lot of fun, but sometimes it can be a little bit hard, and it does require you to really focus. Now, step 3, set your first goal. We already talked about it. If you haven't yet become a manager, set that first goal of becoming a manager and break down how you actually can achieve that, what you need to do. Work with your sponsor to know exactly what steps are required to achieve. We talked through what you need to do, but how to actually do it is an important next step. So have the goal, and then step 4, set some actions and a schedule. Talk about what are those specific things I need to do each day that will help me to invite those 4 people into my team. And also, what can I do to encourage others to purchase these products so that I have enough volume to cycle and earn commissions within that goal, okay? I also encourage you to set a really specific schedule. Oftentimes we say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I commit to it, I'm excited, but we don't set a date and time in which we'll achieve it. And honestly, if you don't, it can sometimes be really easy to get caught up in other things because no one's going to be chasing you on this. This is your goal. This is your business. You're your own boss in this. And so no boss is going to be coming to you saying, did you get your contacts done? Did you connect with people? No one's going to talk to you about that. You have to do that for yourself. And you owe it to yourself to set the intention, to set the schedule, and to commit to it. Because again, step 2, if you understand what your why is, it'll make it worth it. So you'll want to do it. You owe it to yourself. Now, the last step before we finish up, you'll want to track your progress. It's really important. You really need to track your progress. You've set the action, you've set the schedule. You'll need to track what you actually achieve each and every day. And, we talked about plugging into the resources as step 1. That check in consistently, that takes us back to step 1, plugging into the resources, having an accountability partner. It could be your upline. It could be your partner in life. It could be your friend. It could be just somebody that that cares about you and cares about what your why is, that can help you. Set consistency in those check-ins and go over what you've tracked. Because just like with a weight loss program or an exercise program, if you think you're doing great, but you're not seeing the results, but if you haven't tracked what you're actually eating or the actual exercises that you're doing, how can someone help you to maybe adjust what you're doing to have better success? It's really important that you actually know what you're doing, because we convince ourselves sometimes that we're doing awesome. We're doing great because we are making progress. We are doing more. But again, if we know what's required to achieve what we want to achieve and what we've committed to, tracking it helps to keep us personally accountable to ourselves. And then we work with the people that care about us, that want to help us achieve our goals. We have something that we can really look at and dive into, can really help us to be successful. So I encourage you to follow these steps to success as you work towards becoming a manager, because this will really help you to be consistent and be very deliberate about what you're doing to achieve this important milestone in the career path here at Lifewave. Okay, so I really appreciate you all taking the time with me today. I appreciate you tuning in to learn a little bit more about our compensation plan. I hope that this has helped you to feel comfortable with not only how you can be successful in earning with Lifewave, but as others join the business as well that you invite in, you can help them know how they can win with Lifewave too. And how when you work together, the power of what a binary plan is matched with our matching bonus, you have the potential to earn money right away as you're getting going and building, and for the long term with residual income. This plan is a really special plan. This plan is simple, right? This plan is simple. This is so much fun. This is something that you can have success with if you're focused. So again, I hope that this plan helped you to understand a little bit more. This webinar helped you to understand this plan a little bit more. And that as you tune into the next couple webinars that we'll be having, we'll dive in even more. So our next webinar will really be about maximizing the compensation plan. We talked about how it works. Now we're going to talk about how to maximize it so that you can work smarter, not harder. That's important. And then the last piece of our series, we'll have one of our senior presidential directors on to talk to us about how they've been able to be successful and reach the top of the compensation plan in what they've achieved through time and effort and consistency. So I hope to see you all on those calls as well. And I really appreciate you joining us today. Hope you have a wonderful day now. Bye-bye.